What's up, guys? My name is Joe. We are back with another episode of British Guy Reacts, and today we are reacting to the biggest mansions in America. I'm expecting to see some crazy houses here. If you are new around here, please do subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, comment down below. Let's jump straight into this video and see how crazy these places are. Let's go.
I've been in and owned a fair amount of mansions in my day.
Have you, sir?
So large, they have full-sized bowling alleys in them.
Okay.
Some have massive buildings just dedicated to staff. I've been in mansions with aquariums, but those pale in comparison to the largest mansions in America. Today, we're going to take a look at the largest mansions in the United States. We'll talk about how much they cost to build and what exactly they fit in all that space. Number 3, Arden House. Located in a town that was actually named after the original owner of the home. Arden House is a mansion of opulence, harkening back to days where railroad magnates could afford to build palaces that it's hard to even imagine creating now. Back in 1886, Edward Henry Harriman decided to use the fortune he had earned as a railroad executive to build himself and his family the mansion of their dreams. Over the years, that evolved into a 97,188 square foot
Not a bad
home.
size.
Full of
Not bad.
expensive paintings, artwork, tapestries, and silk. Set on 355
From the outside, it looks beautiful. It looks very nice. A lot of land near what looks like a lake. I like the moss on the walls. It's a good looking house from the outside, but if we go inside and it's creepy with all old furniture and weird paintings on the wall, it's not for me.
acres. Arden House is set on the grounds of a former farm. The property has dozens of walking trails that meander through forests and meadows. There's also a 125-acre private lake, which allowed the original owners a place to set sail on their boats and savor
get a couple of jet skis
days in New York. The original coach house still stands on the property at the edge of the long, winding driveway. Today, there's a large pool and entertainment area with tennis and squash courts, which makes hanging out in the courtyards even more enjoyable. The home itself is astounding and imposing, with intricate stonework on the chateau-esque exterior, which is carried through the interior of the home. The flooring in the halls are composed of ornate brickwork, with geometric patterns carved into the ceiling above. The most impressive room, however, is the music room. The dramatic room was designed to resemble a medieval great hall. Stone carvings adorn the balcony.
You can't deny it's nice. It's kind of Game of Thrones-esque, though. I feel like I'm going to die if I'm in that room. Someone's going to kill me at some point. Someone's going to shoot me from that balcony at the top or something. Be there playing piano, nice and peaceful. The next minute, been shot. That's my only problem. My other problem is I like places with wooden floors, you know. This looks like a cold floor. I don't like wearing slippers. I don't even really like wearing socks when I'm in my house. I like to walk around barefoot there. That's going to be a cold floor. There's no floor heating in that place. I don't have floor heating, but if I was rich, I want underfloor heating.
Ceilings and the crown molding. There's even bighorn sheep carved above the organ. The sitting room harkens back to
looks
the
like an old people's home
that was favored at the time it was built, and includes
look at those sofas
and imported tapestries. Currently, the estate serves as a conference hall for environmental conservation. There are 97 guest rooms in the original bedrooms and guest rooms of the house, and massive conference rooms to allow for large groups.
That looks like where I used to have my
guest rooms of the house.
Sorry, that looks like what I used to like have my uni lessons. Not like the big lecture hall, but the little one. That's what that was like. Bad times.
Massive conference rooms to allow for large groups. Number 2, Oheka Castle.
If you are new around here, please do click the subscribe button down below. 88% of people watching these videos aren't subscribed to the channel. We're trying to hit 20,000. Help a guy out. Click the subscribe button if you are enjoying the videos. Thank you.
Also located in New York, Oheka Castle is the second largest mansion in the United States, and nearly twice the size of the White House. Well, that comes as no surprise.
What were they? Were they snipers on the roof?
And
oh no, it's a camera crew. I thought they were just snipers chilling up there. With this video as well, it's the biggest mansions, right? So it's not the best, it's the biggest.
Twice the size of the White House. Well, that comes as no surprise. The home is built on 443 acres at the highest point on Long Island, allowing for stunning views of the water and landscape below. When just the land was purchased in 1914 by Otto Kahn, it cost him the equivalent of $158 million today. But the home he built on it would cost much more. Otto aimed to build a home made made for hosting large gatherings. He wanted it to be extravagant, fit for a king, and he certainly accomplished that. The home was so large and opulent that it became the inspiration for F. Scott Fitzgerald's Great Gatsby. Throughout Otto's ownership, he regularly held 600-person parties that would last through the night and into the morning. Altogether, the home has 127 rooms and spans over 109,000 square feet. Over the years, the house has been restored to remain its original integrity, a costly and extensive process that cost $40 million, making it the most expensive renovation in America.
That's a cool shot right there. I don't think I'm going to like any of the interiors in these mansions because it's just all old. I don't mind traditional, like, but this old style just creeps me out a bit.
The original slate tiles of the home were replaced with identical slate tiles, which were sourced from the exact same quarry as the originals. 222 windows and doors were taken out and replaced with exact replicas, which were painstakingly made by carpenters. Otto designed the home with secret corridors and hallways in between the walls, allowing his 126 full-time workers to move seamlessly from room to room without.
That's not why those corridors were built. It's not so he could have secret builders coming through. I'm telling you now, they were for different reasons other than secret builders.
Ever having to see or interact with the guests. Personally, I'd like to use my secret tunnels just to jump out and scare my guests, but to each their own. The home is a French chateau style, and that is incredibly evident as soon as you enter. The main entryway has dual staircases with original hand-wrought iron railings and a chandelier. On the ground floor, you'll find the grand ballroom, which has wraparound windows, several chandeliers, and stunning architectural designs. Also on the ground floor, you'll find a terrace room.
That's high quality picture here.
Several terraces. There are 2 large courtyards on either side of the entryway, a billiard room, a lounge, and an impressive library. The library has 2,000 books and 15
this room's quite nice,
ceilings with fireplaces on each end, creating an opulent reading environment on cold winter nights. The second and third floor are home to several bedrooms, bathrooms, and lounge areas, as well as balconies and terraces. The home also has an original schoolroom on site to educate Otto's children. But perhaps the most interesting and luxurious part of the home is the original indoor pool. Practically unheard of at the time, the home's pool overlooked the gardens with ivy and classical artwork surrounding it. In the basement, the current owner has carved out a man cave for himself. Quite literally, the room had to be hand-carved out of the existing cement and now serves as a home theater. Outside, the English gardens are...
The picture might just be misleading. I know I'm hating on a lot of stuff here, and I'm not being negative. It's just that the biggest, right? You expect the best to come with the biggest. And if you're going to have a room dedicated to a cinema, I want a bigger screen than that. It's bigger than any screen I have in my house and anyone I know has. So I'm not saying it's a bad screen, but if you're going to have a dedicated cinema room, I want a bigger screen. Get rid of those two TVs on the side and just get a bigger screen. You know what I mean? But it might just be a misleading picture also. It doesn't really look like it. It looks like it's like the width of this sofa. So, you know what I'm saying, don't you?
Cement and now serves as a home theater. Outside, the English gardens are a thing of wonder. The walking paths surround fountains and rose gardens, which make for a perfect evening stroll. Also on the grounds, you'll find a private golf course.
Okay.
I mean, after all, this is the second largest mansion in America.
Nah, this one was better than the first one.
Biltmore Estate. The largest mansion in America by a large margin is the Biltmore Estate, located in Asheville, North Carolina. The home is an absolute marvel that is currently open to the public for tours, and you might want to block out a full day to explore it all. The home is 178,926 square feet with 250 rooms. Out of those 250 rooms, 35 are bedrooms, 43 are bathrooms, and 3 are kitchens. There's also 65 fireplaces in the home. I'm sure that's cozy. For quite some time, it was just the home of one family, a family with a name you might recognize, the Vanderbilts. George Washington Vanderbilt II wanted to have a little mountain escape built in Asheville, and he did a bit more than that.
A little mountain escape. Yo, my man doesn't know the meaning of the word little, if this is what he thinks is little. Also, again, I'm not trying to be negative, but would you obviously you'd like to live here. Like, it's a bit of a stupid question, but if you're just one family, I guess you just live in a certain part of it, right? Surely you just have like a house within the house. Because it's just way too big, innit? It's just way too big. Realistically, it's too big. If just for one family to be chilling there, yeah, you're going to have guests over, but how often are you having guests over, really? And how many people do you know to fill that place? Jesus.
Construction on the home began in 1889. In order to build a home of such an extreme size, a woodworking factory and a brick kiln had to be built on site. During peak construction, they produced 32,000 bricks per day. For comparison, to build an average-sized home out of bricks, you'd only need about 8,000 of them. Railroads were constructed to bring other materials in. 1,000 workers and another 60 stone masons worked full-time on the property for the 3 years it took to construct.
Hey, he was employing people.
George Vanderbilt during all this? Well, traveling the globe, of course. He gallivanted through Europe, collecting items to bring back with him to fill his home. He bought furniture spanning between the 15th and the late 19th century, every piece of which is worth a lot of money now. The home was owned by the Vanderbilts for many years. During the Great Depression, it was open to the public to encourage people to visit Asheville and help stimulate the mountain town's economy. Currently, the home serves as a historic site, offering tours daily. The facade of the chateau-esque style home is covered in gargoyles, rosettes, floating tracery, and trefoils. The architectural style, not the cookies. Entering the home is a
What happened to gargoyles? You always see gargoyles on old buildings, and now no one puts a gargoyle on anything anymore, do they? A gargoyle. This was such a weird thing as well. Like, how did that even start? Gargoyles.
Dropping experience. To the right of the entrance hall,
that's nice.
You'll find the octagonal sunken winter gardens. The glass ceiling and beautiful
with a good little botanical garden.
A magical environment. Sculptured wood and a bronze fountain called Boy Stealing Geese only adds to the fairy tale aesthetic of the room. Left of the entrance hall, you'll find the tapestry gallery.
It's like a Gryffindor common room.
The room is lined with 16th century tapestries, the exact ones Vanderbilt brought back from Europe with him. At the end of the tapestry hall is the library, spanning 2 stories. The library contains over 10,000 books in 8 different languages. An ornate spiral staircase made of walnut winds around the room, leading up to the upper level. Here, you can get a better look at the Baroque detailing and the intricate ceiling painting. On the first floor, you'll also find the largest room, the banquet hall. The banquet...
Jesus, this is impressive. Again, it's creepy. It is creepy, but it's impressive. Look at the artwork on the walls. Not a fan of the... Is it a moose head on the wall? Not a fan of that, but this artwork is crazy. The 3 fireplaces next to each other as well. It's kind of fire, you know. There's a bear rug on the floor. Not a big fan of that. But all in all, that is a classroom now.
The room has a 70-foot-high barrel-vaulted ceiling. At one end of the room, the triple fireplace sits with intricate designs carved into the stone and rare Flemish.
Oh, that was a fancy wheelchair there.
On either side. At the other end is an organ gallery, which includes a 1916 Skinner pipe organ. The table seats up to 60 guests. The cantilevered grand staircase wraps around a 4-story iron chandelier that has 72 light bulbs alone. And if you take a stroll of the 107-step staircase, you'll find yourself on the 2nd floor. The living hall of the 2nd floor extends from the grand staircase, leading to a portrait gallery and a formal hall. In the south tower, you'll find the master bedrooms. George Vanderbilt's room is gilded, with all the flair you'd expect from a bedroom in the home of this magnitude. There's an opulent fireplace, high ceilings, and lavish furniture, all custom designed. His room connects to his wife's through a Jacobean sitting room that is encased in carved oak. His wife's room is a Louis XV style room, oval-shaped, with stunning crown molding and a painstakingly painted ceiling. The fireplace is a work of art in itself.
That's when you know your house is too big, when you and your wife have a separate bedroom.
There are several other bedrooms on the 2nd floor, all of which have fireplaces, gilded accents, fine art, and silk draperies. The 3rd and 4th floor were home to the housemaids, laundresses, and other female servants of the home. It is also home to the observatory, which gave Vanderbilt a place to look over his property with pride. On the polar opposite side of the home is the basement.
The dungeon.
Far from your run-of-the-mill dirt floor basement, the Biltmore's basement was once a place where work got done and fun was had. The service hub is located here, which includes a main kitchen, pastry kitchen, rotisserie kitchen, walk-in servants' dining hall, and laundry rooms. On the more fun end of things, there's a 70,000-gallon heated swimming pool, a bowling alley, and a gym.
Look at this. Oh, I went back too far.
There's a 70,000-gallon heated.
Oh, that's crazy. Heated as well. It's weird. It's a bit weird. Just all white. But it's kind of cool.
Swimming pool, a bowling alley, and a gym that was once brimming with state-of-the-art fitness equipment.
Yeah.
Since we all know rich people like to have fun, myself included, there is yet another wing dedicated to fun. The bachelor's wing houses a billiards room with ornamental plaster ceilings and oak paneling. Here, men and women would gather and enjoy each other's company. Secret doors on either side of the fireplace led to private quarters where female guests and staff members weren't allowed. In the private quarters, there's a smoking room and a gun room, which displays animals that were killed during annual
Gun room.
And the home itself isn't the only remarkable thing. There's an attached stable and carriage house that totals 12,000 square feet. Outside the stables, the home is surrounded by park-like grounds. The estate was actually home to the first ever forestry education programs, which took students around the timber forests on the grounds. There are 75 acres of formal gardens, including a Roman formal garden, a bush and tulip garden, and a standard formal garden. In between these extensive areas of greenery, there are fountains and bowling greens, as well as an outdoor tea room and a conservatory. Beyond the gardens, there's a bass pond, a mill pond, and a lagoon, which was once used for fishing and rowing. So, there you have it, the largest mansions in the United States. Which one would you want to live in? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video,
I mean, if I was going to live in a mansion, it wouldn't be any of these three. Obviously, there's more modern ones out there that I'd rather go for. But if I was to choose it, it'd be the last one, obviously. And then the second one was the second best, and the first one it showed was the worst. But you guys let me know down in the comments which was your favorite. Have you been to any of these places? Let me know that. Maybe you guys have actually checked these out, because it seemed like most of them were, oh, at least this last one was open to the public. Let me know if you've been. How was it? Were you creeped out? Did you go to the gun room? Did you go down any secret passages? Let me know down below. Do subscribe to the channel. Give the video a like. I'll see you for the next one. Take it easy. Peace.